Good day, everyone. So for this week, we go to the new chapter, chapter 2, System of Linear Function. So as you might recall back, last 2 weeks, we focusing about non-linear equation or the non-linear function. But for this week, you can see the word is systems of linear function. So linear apparently is simple than non-linear, but this is chapter 2, so we're focusing about the system. So system for linear function. So that means the function that you are going to see is linear function without anything to power, square, and so on and so forth. So what is system? So this example of a system that consists of 3 linear equations, as you can see here. So this is a system of 3 linear equations. Okay, so the basic question will be like this: solve the system. So this is a system. Okay, by find the y is s1, s2, s3. Okay, so basically there are several ways to solve it. What you learn in your primary school maybe is what you might recall is simultaneous equation. Okay, since you have a calculator, that you might able to use in the calculator to get the final answer directly. But for this chapter, you need to demonstrate the step using numerical method. In other words, you can using your calculator to get the final answer to check whether your answer is correct or not as a final answer. Okay, but for the method, the process that will contribute 80 or 90% of the marks, you need to demonstrate how you get that using numerical method. Okay, so I hope that it is clear for all of you. The question is no difficult, but you need to using numerical method that you are going to learn this week. So, and you can see here, this how we represent the 3 equation or more than 3 equations. So we can represent in matrix form. To speed up or to simplify the representative, you can see here we're just using one line to represent this S1, S2, S3. You don't need to list out of them. You can just using one very big bracket, as you can see here. Okay, and this one line indicate the unknown that you're going to, or the coefficient, actually not coefficient, the unknown that you're going to identify for the respective coefficient listed in the matrix. Okay, so yeah, that's a thing. So you can from here convert to here. Okay, so in your result or in your solution, just draw this thing, don't need to present this one. You can save several minutes, or yeah, the one will be quite helpful for your exam. And here is our assumption. Okay, basically instead of assumption, I can say that basically for a linear system equation there are 3 possible solutions. One, you have a unique solution. Of course, in our scope we're focusing about unique solution. Okay, but in realistic, maybe you cannot find a solution, or there are more than one solution. Okay, so there is a possibility, but for our scope of our learning, we're focusing about the first possible solution. I mean, it's a unique solution. Each of them going to give you unique solution. Okay, there are 2 methods, as you can see in the syllabus. So first one we call the elimination method. Okay, so what is elimination method? Elimination method, that means we're going to eliminate the coefficient, okay, according to the step, so that you can see the word they said the upper triangular system. Okay, you will get a upper triangular system. So meaning that at the bottom one, all will become 0, as you can see of this matrix. So after you have this matrix, apparently it will be quite straightforward. Am I correct? Let me show you. For example, if you want to find the coefficient for this, the last one, normally last one you only have one coefficient, the rest is 0. So you can using this a very simple substitution, correct? That you can get the first unknown value. After you have a first unknown value, you move on. Wait a minute. You move on to the the what? The upper one. For upper one, even though you have two unknown, okay, more than one. Previously it's one, but since you already get one of them, that after you substitute, what happened? You will solve that linearly using a simple algebra. Okay, so basically these are the process. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so this name also we call the backward substitution because we are start from the bottom. Okay, backward substitution. Okay, let us using one example. So basically, as I mentioned, if we give you equation, or they give you a several equation, three equation as a system. So let's say this is a system. Okay, you can pause the video first, okay, to get this one using your calculator if you want. Okay, let's say you already get the answer, but how are you going to solve it using numerical method? So here we go. First, we eliminate the A21 and A31. Where is the A21 and A31? Then we need to back to this general equation. Okay. So where's the A21 and A11? Okay, maybe you can pause here, trying to pointer by yourself. Okay, so I insert this matrix. Okay, as you can see here, let it make it bigger. Okay, so where is as that stated in the general, I hope that you know how to read this one. Okay, so this is a general one for infinity, or not infinity, for it depends to your m and also the n. So here is your A11. Okay, so 11 we need to make it as a what you call the subscript, so that it will be no confusing. A, okay, that next is the A12. This one will be A13. Okay, and then this one is a second row, so will be the A211. A21, and then this one A22, and what's this? A23. So important or not to understand this one, it might be helpful for you to understand the given equation. But if you understand the process, yeah, it might be, yeah, just optional for you. Okay, and then here is the our what? Our B1. Okay, B1, B2, B3, B2, B3. Okay, that's all. So this the matrix. Okay, make it smaller a bit. So this is important when you trying to understand the equation. But as I said that first we need to convert it. Am I correct? So how are we going to convert it? So this one, what is the coefficient of this A11? 1, okay? And then this one second, 2. This one, -1. Okay? Can see or no? And then this one, B1 is 1. Okay, and then the rest you continue. Another important thing is that don't rearrange the equation. For example, the row 1 is row 1. Don't swap it as what you normally did in your secondary school or primary school. Okay, don't sabotage the sequence. Okay, so if the one is given the first equation is R1, second equation R2, and then the last one, the third equation is R3. Okay, don't sabotage it. Okay, that one's very important. Otherwise, later you will miss the process. Okay, so we substitute all the coefficient in this equation. Are you ready? I hope you have a paper in front of you that you can practice your finger. Okay, so basically, if you give equation, then you come out like this. Okay, so our target is we want to eliminate which one? We want to make this. If we follow the what? The theory, we want to our target. So I show you target. Target is this one. We want to become 0. This also 0. So how we don't going to make this one possible? And then the first R1 we are no change it anymore. Okay, so that's why if you see the step 1, eliminate the A21 and where is it? Okay, here, and A31. Okay, so this is our target. Eliminate this 2 become eliminate this make it become 0. Okay, so we're going to using this equation. So this equation actually is very easy to memorize. Okay, you're going to have a new R2. Okay, so we put a prime symbol that indicates a new one. Okay, so this new one equal to the old one R2 minus the R1. Okay, new one equal the old one minus the R1. The R1 need to be multiplied to this ratio. So this ratio is the coefficient of A21 divided by A11. That's all. I think very straightforward. So what is the what the solution? Okay, so here you can see something that you are quite familiar in last few weeks. That's been using your calculator to key in the AB. Okay, so you can key in this one in your calculator. So I hope that you know how to key in. Okay, in fact, I think the scientific calculator is no at here now. But anyway, I think this one quite simple. Quite simple. So you just key in this one. So when you press calculate, that it will ask you what is the A, what is the B. Am I correct? So what is the A? What is the B? A is the value at R2. Okay, so you need to key in 3. Okay, so for demonstration, let me see. Okay, here is no stator, so enter 1. So example, give you example. So what's the A? So for example, we want to eliminate this A20. Okay, A20 equal to, okay, this R prime. So we can say this is A20 prime. With the prime symbol, this means that the new A20. Okay, equal to what? Equal to the old A20, A21, no A20, A21. Okay, minus A21 minus this one is A11. Okay, that we multiply to this. So what is the answer? Okay, if you using your calculator to key in the A and B, so A will be your -3, am I correct? -3, and this B, A1 is 1. So if you see here, what are you going to get? You're going to get 0, am I correct? Okay, so that means the new A21 becomes 0 already. Okay, I hope you can understand. So we repeat this process for the next one. What's the next? Because you're going to update the whole row. Okay, so you're going to have a new A22 prime equal to you key in this A22 and also irrespective what's that? A12. Okay, A12 is what? A12 is this one, 2. A22 is here 1. Okay, and then this will be maintained. Okay, don't sabotage this one because this one you already key in your formula, in your calculator. So what will be here? A22 is 1, the coefficient, so it's 1. So and here minus the A12, now is 2. Okay, and then using your, and this one I just show you, by right you don't need to show me, just give me the final answer in your calculator. Okay, so I have a calculator. So I'm going to key in now in my calculator. So you can pause it. So I pause it. So later I show you the answer. So the answer will be 7 at here as well. 7 here. Where is the 7? 7 here. Okay. So repeat the same thing. Okay. Basically, you don't need to show this one in your solution now. Okay. This one just because consider is the first time you see this. So I think it will be good I go a little bit detailed so you can see what actually happening. So next is A23. Okay, A23 is this one. This coefficient we also need to update. Okay, so what actually happening is after I update, what is this? This one will be 0, this one will be 7. Remember 7, and then this one depends to what I key in. So I not show here, I just directly from my calculator. So I'm going to key the A as the 2, okay? A is 2, B is -1, enter, enter, I get -1 here, okay? -1, okay? Of course, I can label this one. Equation, let me label a bit, label this one. So this still the R1, R1, and this actually is R1 prime already. It's a new. Later we want to update this R8, this one R2 prime, this one R3 prime, okay? The third row prime, okay? Okay, this one, and then I repeat the same thing for our last one. So I go to key A equal to 2, and then the B equal to 1. Okay, I get 5 here. Okay, 5 here. So this must be show. Okay, this one must be show. This one will give you maybe 2 marks or 1 marks. Okay, this one must be show as well. After you eliminate what is this coefficient, I will check this one as well. So repeat the same thing for your row R3 prime. R3 prime equal to R3 minus R1. Okay, with this coefficient, so you need to update the coefficient. So what is this? Is 2 you get here, and then this one 1. So okay, let me update. After that, press calculate, and very quickly we can check whether correct or not. We key 2 as our A and 1 as our B, and then enter, we get 0 here. That means we successfully eliminate the A31. So that means that formula is correct. That you continue only for this one. So you're going to key in a -5 as a -5, and then the B will be 2. Okay, 2. Enter, you get -9 for this case. That you go to here, you key A as 1, and then the B is -1. Enter, that you get 3 at here, 3. And lastly, don't forget to update the last one. Last one, you're going to key in the A as 3, and then the A is 3 and B is 1. Okay, enter, you get 1. Okay, so this is the first round of elimination. We successfully eliminate these two, the A21 and A23. Okay, and then remember to label them like this. Okay, and this answer that I do it previously. So yeah, that is the first round. So after done, what you need to do? We're going to eliminate this, become 0. This one will be the A31. So let's go to next slide. Okay, next slide. Let me take the matrix. Okay, take matrix here. Go to the next one. 2. Okay, previously we in the step 1 we reached here already. Now we want to make this one as a 0. 0. Okay. At the same time, this will be prime. Okay. So that's mean because previously is a S R3 prime, so we will make it R3 prime equal to R3 prime, and then we're going to using R1 no? We cannot using the R1. We need to using the R2 to eliminate this one. Okay. This time we only involve the R2 prime and also the R3 prime. Okay, so here we go. This is an equation that you must state clearly in your solution when you submit in your test. We're going to eliminate A32. That means this guy. Okay. So using the following equation, A3 prime prime equal to A3. R3 prime prime equal to R3 prime. Okay. And then minus the R2 prime. And then with this coefficient. Okay. So for this case, the A23, what's the A23? A32, A3, this one A32 actually is here, so it should be the minus 5, minus 5? Hey, this one is wrong, I need to refer to here. This one will make you confused, because we are referring to here. Okay, so how can I do to make it so you're not confused? I think you're not confused, okay. So is here. Before that, let me make it back. Wait. Okay, here. So last step we get this one. So I should put it here because we're going to using the R3 prime value, so I cannot replace it. So the best way is I'm going to copy and place it. Go to here so you can see. So we're going to further eliminate. So A32 is this one, A32 minus 9, and then this one 7. So update your equation. The A minus B equation in this case is minus 9 divided by 7. 7. Okay, this one. Okay, if you write this correctly, then you will already get 2 marks. Okay. And then press calculate, and then now we key in. Key in what? We key in minus 9. And then we key in 7. Okay, 7. And then we get 0. Yes, we get 0. So this one is 0 now. Remember to write this one as a R prime prime. So, and then this one we want to eliminate. So we key in A as 3, B is minus 1, enter, we get some fraction, we make it as a 4 decimal places. So you're going to type 1.7143, okay. That next, eliminate this one. A will be 1, B will be 5, will be, what's that? 7.2428. Okay, that is the outcome we get. Okay, so you can see same as what I get previous semester, previous semester. Okay, after done the step 2, final step 3, what we're going to do, we're going to using the backward elimination. So as I mentioned, okay, here, okay, we start with the lowest one. Okay, if you now look at the equation now, okay, can you get the S3 using here? Am I correct? It's very straightforward. That means this I mean, yeah, it's too straightforward. I'm not so sure how to explain it. It's already too simple. This means 7.4 blah 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 divided by this 1.7 blah blah, and you key in your calculator, then you get the S3. Am I correct? As it here. So we start with the S3, then S2, and then S1. When we solve the S3, you can substitute S3 to the second equation. Okay, that you can get your S2. So since you have a S3, S2, then substitute these two to the first equation, that you get S1. That's all. Okay, don't need to show the step, just key in your calculator, show me the final answer, that you get a full mark. Okay, and then make sure they are all in the 4 decimal places. Okay, I hope that you are clear about this one, so please redo this one.